The Salon project was our last best hope for nonsense. A place of nuance and discussion for nerds, gays, theys, and everything in between. A shining beacon of podcasts. The year is 2025. The name of the thing is Salon 5. Ahoy, hoy, friends, and welcome to another edition of Salon 5. Just like when TNT decided to put a new season on, it came randomly. We never know when it'll happen, but here everyone is. Trevor, Joanne, Will, how are you?
So good.
Everybody's
so
excited
good.
to talk about season 2.
Very ready.
I'm more excited about season 2 than I was about season 1. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, controversial yet brave.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Go back and watch us talk about it for 3 whole episodes. I think my favorite part about those first 3 episodes is us saying, we'll be back whenever. And sure enough, we are.
and
now is whenever. And
Now
thank
is
you
whenever.
to our friends in the chat. Always lovely to see you. Tonight we are talking about the first half of season 2 of Babylon 5. We'll go episode by episode and discuss some, maybe some we won't discuss. We'll get into it and, of course, give each episode 1 to 4 star Fury rating and see which ones come out on top. I was going to say, speaking of tops, and then I was like, well, that doesn't work. I don't know.
Why are
what are you talking about? Joanne's top.
Well,
I mean, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, yes, no presumptions made. So sorry.
Stop getting aggressive so early.
God. We're gonna have to fake a call to get out of this awkwardness. Hello? Yes? Yes.
I have a phone.
I'll be right there. Thank you. I'm so sorry, guys. Shall we get into it? Shall we go for it?
Do I want to know why there's a phone just sitting there?
He's pivoting to prop.
I got that from Pelia. It's carryover.
I'm just getting into prop work. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, let's go through it. Trevor, do you want to kick things off with season 1, episode 1? There's a whole new captain. Yeah. What the hell's going on?
I guess. I mean, after you read me like that earlier, I'd be happy to. Let's dive in. Also, hi Sohail, and thanks for stopping by, even though you have no idea what this show's about.
Hello, oh girl, get into
Sohail's not watched that. I find that hard to believe.
Apparently not, and maybe this will encourage him or discourage him. I'm not sure, but hopefully encourage, because we think all nerds should watch Babylon 5. In fact, everyone should, because it just makes things better. With that, season 2, episode 1, Points of Departure. Sinclair is reassigned as a new commander arrives at the station. Meanwhile, Garibaldi remains in a coma, and Delenn continues her transformation.
Joanne, do you want to kick off your thoughts on this episode? This is your first run through the show.
I know. And so, although I knew Sheridan was coming, I gotta say, again, controversial yet brave, I love Sinclair. So I was kind of with them, like, who is this? And what is this speech you're trying to give us? Cowboy, he just looked so wholesome. I mean, hot, but he just was, I don't know. He was doing a lot. And I was very concerned that I was like, oh, I'm not going to like him. I'm not going to like him. But we'll get there. But, I was hoping that Delenn wouldn't be in her thing forever. I was like, come on, get out already. So, yeah, it was weird and it was gross. I was just like, I don't like this. But they heightened it up with the drama with the Minbari as per normal. They're for them to be supposedly wise and kind of ancient. They're dramatic. So overall, though, it was good. It was mixed for me though, because I love Sinclair. So
Trevor or Will?
This show's so funny because it really has 4 pilots, like pilot episodes, like the movie, the first one, the actual season 1, episode 1, this, and then I would also say season 5, episode 1 is also another pilot. So like it's very but it's in like the list of pilots. This is like kind of middle of the road. Like the movie always still hits for me. I think it's so much better than the other ones. But like this one's so like out of the 4, I think it's 3rd probably. But like it doesn't. It's just kind of a weakish episode. I don't think it's a good introduction to Sinclair, really, or Sheridan. It's not a good introduction to Sheridan. Yeah, it's not. My brain was saying don't say Sinclair, and I said, yeah. I just don't think it's a good introduction to him. I mean, he still has 4 more seasons to kind of grow and change and all that, but I don't think this is a good episode for him, really. You get the gist of it, but I don't think it's very good. He doesn't come off very nice in this.
Yeah, Trevor, do you want to go, or I can contradict Will?
Or they come in. No, we'll close it down. Apparently, that's all we need to do here.
Yeah.
Right. So thanks for stopping in, everyone. This has been fun.
Yeah.
No, I do disagree a little bit. I think to me, it's probably number 2 out of the 4 pilots, if we're going to go with the 4 pilot theory. But that's not far off from. I mean, swapping 3 for 2, there's probably one that we just disagree with, which is a big deal. But like for me, I liked the character of Sinclair. I didn't enjoy him as the commanding officer of Babylon 5. I liked the actor's portrayal of a lot of the mystery around Sinclair. I just didn't want a mysterious, slightly religious leader of a space station, because I feel like that is way too specific and a reference to some other space station that I'm very fond of.
Yeah.
But the space station we shall not mention for the next hour or so.
Yes, we did. The space station shall not be counted nor named.
But you should watch.
No spoilers. I haven't watched the other 7.
But you have to watch the first. Yeah.
But that being said, like I get what you're saying about it's not the best introduction of Sheridan. I like the fact that it introduces him in the midst of chaos, because he shouldn't just step in and feel like a natural fit. But he and Ivanova have a much clearer and cleaner relationship, and that's like, from, to borrow a Babylon 5 phrase, like from the jump, like they just seem like a natural commander and first officer. And it just, I don't know, it just works better for me. The only thing I dislike about Sheridan, Sinclair always to me felt like the mayor of a small kind of middle of nowhere town in the Midwest, in a Western, and Sheridan shows up as like the governor of a state. Well, that's because as Five's importance changed and the scope of the story got bigger, they needed that. But I loved that gritty middle of nowhere town vibe that B5 had in season 1, and so that all changes as soon as Sheridan shows up, because Sheridan himself is not the gritty small town mayor; he's a governor, and it leads that way. Like his arrival is just, even though it's disorganized, it seems big, and he is bigger than Sinclair was, and so it just, I don't know, it has a weird. Yeah, the tonal shift is weird. What'd you say?
Sorry, it's a Drag Race reference. Bigger.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, but Will is correct, and so is Joanne. Like, this episode is like, I like it for all the change that's happening, but it is sort of a mere plot. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I can see that. Although I do really enjoy this episode. A spoiler alert, it's going to get 4 Star Furies for me. Not because every bit of it is perfect, which is not what 4 generally means, but I think this episode set up a lot of things really well in my mind, including I just did it too, including Sheridan. I really love that they give us 2 sides of this character right away. He knows Ivanova, like Trevor was saying, they have a good relationship from the jump, but then they also set him up as sort of a like the new president picked him because the Minbari would not like it. Mm-hmm. And like that sets us up for a fun little twist, not really a twist, but like a fun journey with how he comes to work with Delenn and work through some issues with Minbari that we'll see later in the season. I also loved, like, similar to Will's point about the pilots, every season there's like a VFX jump progression. This season is one of my favorites for that because it still looks good and futuristic to me. Sorry, Benji, I disagree in the chat. But those Omega class destroyers, those were some of the coolest fucking ships in my mind for in any franchise. But I also agree about the Minbari. They're kind of, I think Trevor's called them the Klingon Vulcan hybrids, and that's very apt in this episode. They're very some of them are very one-dimensional, and then you get somebody like Delenn who is very three-dimensional, who we get very little of in this episode. In fact, we get none of in this episode. She just starts to break out of it. But
yeah, we just see her creepy box. Well, that didn't sound right.
And with that, let's give it our Star Furies. I'm going to give it 4. Let's see those fingers for Star Furies.
I went with 3.
3 and 2 2s.
2
2.
And Trevor, whenever you're ready for episode 2, give it to us, please.
I'm just logging everything into my ever important spreadsheet. Psychor likes to keep notes. Season 2, episode 2, Revelations. Londo becomes more entwined with Morden. No, not like that. Dr. Franklin tries an alien experimental procedure on the comatose Garibaldi. No, not like that. Delenn emerges from her cocoon. I mean, like that.
I don't have much to say about this episode. It's fine. It moved things along, but does anybody have any thoughts they want to?
I mean, it put all the pieces on the stage for sure. You know, Delenn with her All Stars glow up was, you know, a sight to see. You know, we loved that for sure. And, you know, I really, as much as, you know, I've seen the whole season. So as much as Londo does, like, I was so just kind of like, oh, like you're selling your soul right now. Like, and just, you know, he wrote a check his ass could not cash. And so I was just like, this is about to be messy. And well, and yeah. Spoilers, it is. So it was I think you're right. I think it was just very, you know, all of the pieces. And Ashara Yar with the cameo as Sheridan's ex-wife, who then, you know, they do a presto change on later. But I was like, oh, Ashara, and she's dead. But
anybody else have other thoughts on episode 2 before we drop our Star Furies?
Just that, pardon me, I love the Londo Morden dynamic. I love everything about it because from the very beginning, you know that this is bad. You just know, and you don't know how bad until it finally becomes as bad can get, and then it gets worse. Yeah, which I kind of love. Also, I think I've said this before, and go ahead and push the button on me. Like Morden, like any chance I get to look at that actor.
Hey, yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. He's so hot. Yeah. He's like 90s hot too, so he looks like he'd bully you. It's just like he's hot.
Yeah,
like that guy that like
while sitting on his face, he would bully you.
Yeah.
It's like that
Tell
guy
me.
in high school that bullied.
He'd run up your credit and take
Mhm.
your car. Just, you know.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
thank him.
Yeah.
He bullies you in front of all his friends, but then lets you blow him in like his dad's
Mhm.
puzzle basement, like that sort of thing. You're like, yeah.
And you know he drives a Camaro.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And orders a
You
mattress.
think it's my dad's? Yeah.
Yeah, he orders a mattress and tells me I'm sitting on his face wrong, but won't let me get up.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like we've all met this guy before. Yeah, so I love him for all the reasons. And
And we all liked it.
Yeah.
I think that deserves 2.
probably.
That smile.
I'm just saying I would align with the shadows for him. But anyway, yeah, the episode itself just feels more like it's okay, we're moving the story along, but like nothing significant happens except wanting to sit on his face.
Yeah. We all got a shadow. He can come in.
And for that reason, we're giving it how many Star Furies?
It's still a 2.
Yeah, it's still a 2.
It's a 2 from me, but it's a 3 from Stan. Okay, we were close.
It's the Morden effect.
Not as close as Morden made us, but yeah, sorry. Anyway, I don't know what's happening. Season 2, episode 3, Geometry of Shadows. Londo's rise to power may be jeopardized by a mysterious wizard. Because why not? Ivanova is promoted and given a difficult assignment. Garibaldi slowly recovers. Yeah.
This was kind of hilarious. Green, purple.
This was one of those ones where like I love any episode that puts Ivanova front and center. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
It's also kind of hilarious that a spacefaring race would do something like that. Like what do you mean?
Yes.
And how?
How did you ever get
like
here?
Born in Strange New Worlds. Like how?
Yeah.
How do they have warp drive? How do these people have jump drive? If every 5 years they make decisions based on green or purple.
Yeah.
The Drazi are so weird. They kind of look like a turtle, like a snapping turtle. Like an old man and a snapping turtle.
I mean, we've at least made it to the moon, and we make decisions based on far more ridiculous criteria.
Well,
So
yeah.
I don't know that
Equally as superficial.
Including grouping of colors we call flags. This is true.
Yes.
Equally as superficial.
Yeah.
I did really like that. You're right. Like that Ivanova. This is, every season has a theme, I guess, or whatever. And, this I think this one is Coming of Shadows, but for me, the secondary theme is like the rise of Ivanova, right? Like Sheridan like immediately puts her, in this command track. And again, you find out why, because they really kind of have to get Sheridan kind of out of the humdrum, right, of the day-to-day for him to go on his hero's journey or whatever. So I do like kind of just the rise of Ivanova just kind of handling shit. And so that is nice to see. I also was really fascinated with the what was it Kang? With the techno mages there. I know when all my Star Trek people collide. There are a lot of Star Trek people in this season. With the techno mages, like science so advanced that it's indistinguishable from magic. And that's kind of, we saw this play out kind of badly in Strange New Worlds last episode, but I thought they did it really, really well here. With the techno mages, even though some of it was, again, kind of like what, like, and a little hand wavy, but I don't know. I was kind of fascinated with them, and I was sad. Again, spoiler alert that they don't come back. So but yeah.
You're muted, Stan.
I forgot I was on mute. Sorry. Trevor, as our resident keeper of lore of Babylon 5, do you happen to know if there wasn't there a plan for the technomages to be more prevalent? Not just what happens with Crusade, but because this does seem very not JMS. It for them to just appear and then not matter at all is very anti.
Yeah. Although that happens a couple more times with like things that he just didn't work in or ran out of time or thought he ran out of time for and then couldn't get it back into season 5. So if I remember the lore correctly, yes, they were to play a larger part. But I also think there was a lot of looking at them now, I agree with Joanne's like take on the technomages, but at the time I was like, what is this? I don't understand these. And I think a lot of fans had the same reaction. Watching them now versus watching them in the 90s, it just felt different. So I think there was a little bit of pushback and resistance to including them just because it was an odd concept, especially to introduce this early. Like it may have been the same thing if they were in The Gathering or if they had been in like the first couple episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Throwing them
kind
in
of felt
now.
like, they're going off somewhere.
They're going off like
And
never
the
to
somewhere is
return.
going to matter later. Like the first ones are they're going to find one of the first thing.
Yeah.
But I can give you a bit of this episode lore, which is that the crutches for Ivanova were the result of an actual real life injury that needed to be worked into the story. So the scuffle between the green and the purple caused a real world injury, which you can read all about in this wonderful book.
Better plug that shit.
I wonder if I knew you had her book. I just didn't know you had it on your desk.
I like snuck over and grabbed it off the shelf a minute ago. But yes, if you haven't read it, it's a fantastic read.
By who?
Anyway,
for the listeners and not watchers.
By who? Let me see. Hang on. If you could just read that signature, we could. No. Yes, by Claudia herself. So Claudia Christian's semi-autobiographical. Well, not semi. It's an autobiography. Babylon Confidential. A memoir of love, sex, and addiction. It's a fantastic read. So,
from a fantastic woman.
Yeah.
All right, let's drop our Star Furies.
It's a 2 for me.
It's a 3 for me.
3 or 2. Okay.
3.
Oh.
3 2s and a 3. For the later listening audience, I need to remember to say the numbers. So apologies to our tens of listeners.
But Joanne, you're not alone. It was a 3 from Joel in the comments. So
see, this is why Joel is my friend.
You two are. Season 2, episode 4, A Distant Star. An old friend of Sheridan's with an exciting job creates doubts in the captain's mind about his own position. That's a horrible sentence. A Minbari associate is suspicious of Delenn. Sounds very suffering succotash. He's suspicious.
This is one where they finally get rid of the pilot that JMS never wanted to include, right?
Yes.
Is this the one?
Oh wait, is this when they introduce him?
That's not till the finale.
Oh yeah, he makes it back.
Yeah. This is the one where Dr. Franklin fat shames the entire staff.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
I put that out of my brain.
I wonder why.
Oh, that's right.
I wonder why.
Oh my God.
It was so superficial too. It was like one of them was 5 pounds off from where they were in their last physical. It was like, well, immediate diet plan. What?
But I love that Ivanova was the only one like, bitch, fuck you. I'm not fat.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just Like, and none of it was based off of like, hey, Garibaldi, your cholesterol's too high. Like, it was
Right.
all like, yeah, it was
like
that.
y'all got real fatty. Y'all get in here, Miss Big. It's just like, what the fuck? Get in here, Big.
Garibaldi with
It's
his carbs.
crazy. It's crazy. It's such a weird plot line for him too. It's like, oh, here's my plot line. Everyone's getting fat. I'm like, girl.
I also like that other captain I found annoying because it's like, what do you mean this isn't a cool assignment? Fuck you. Like
Yeah.
Babylon 5, even when it was backwater town Sinclairville, and he was like the 15th choice for the whatever, it was a cool assignment. Like the station they didn't think it was going to matter, and then it started to, and now it actually does. And this douchebag is just building jump gates. Like they're not actually exploring. They're just going along the highway and building rest stops. Fuck you.
Yeah. And he tries to frame it like, oh, is this really what you want? Like he's fucking concerned about Sheridan, but really he's just there hating, like, this isn't you. This isn't cool. This isn't what you trained to be or whatever. So yeah, he was just a hater. He was just a hater.
In his defense, when you really need a rest stop, you want someone like this guy on their side.
Yes. No hate for the rest stops.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
for whatever reason
I
you
roll
need
down
one.
the window. I'm pissing
They
right
are-
out the window. I ain't stopping for nothing. Pissing
They
right
are
out.
critical infrastructure, and we do appreciate them. Yes,
They serve many purposes for many different needs.
but you don't go. You're not a builder of. Just to beat this metaphor to death, you're not a
Beat it, Stan. Beat it.
Beat what? Beat what?
If you're the one building rest stops, you don't go to the QT or the pilot 50 miles down the road and say, "Hey, you weren't supposed to be doing this. You were supposed to be building a rest stop on the other side." Who gives a shit? It's a cool job.
In that analogy, B5 is just a gas station, and I can't get on board with this story.
Yeah,
So,
I can't.
I will take my pilot script elsewhere.
And I guess on the other side, the Minbari are kind of dickish to Delenn because now she's transitioned, and they can't accept her. Yeah, kinda, right? I guess that's the other side of Franklin's kind of like, you need to get back to your former self, and they're like, we don't like this new you. You know what I mean? The two sides of the story or whatever. Fun fact: this is a DC Fontana written episode, which I also found interesting. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but
the scheduling for this moved around a bit, so I was only able to rewatch 2 episodes recently, although I've seen Babylon 5 all the way through a bunch of times. This is the one where they've previously recalled her to say, we want you to lead us, and she's like, nah, I gotta stay over there. And then this episode they recall her just to be like,
you're free,
your hair, you're out of the council.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. Trash. Like you wanted her to lead, but now because she has this beautiful hair, like, I don't know. Trash.
Who would have thought that the Grey Council was actually just a bunch of judges on Drag Race? They're like, yeah, we don't know about the hair, girl.
The hair's not giving. It's a little flat. 40 inches hair. Yeah.
You were our leader until that tragic wig came along.
You and that hat, leave the stage. Get out of here.
No more H&M. Right. So
exactly.
We stand between the candle and the wig. See yourself out.
We are sequined. Yeah.
Delenn, that wig looks great. Did it come straight from the bag? Yeah.
Shake it out, girl.
It looks great having come straight from the vacuum. Ooh.
Right. I'm sorry we rushed you because you clearly didn't have time to get dressed. Yeah.
I'm so glad you found another purpose for that old mop. Yeah.
How many Star Furies do we want to give this episode? Gonna be a
I
2
like
for me,
that.
dog.
Oh, I like
Joanne. Busted out
I
a
know.
4.
I like it. I like hateful people, so.
Wow. That's
And
way
Juana
more
Man
fun,
was
actually.
in here. Yeah. I'm like, and Juana Man was in the episode.
Thus explaining
good.
your YouTube friend group. Here we are, bitches. Season 2, episode 5. What I plan on calling my autobiography, The Long Dark. A battered ship docked at the space station contains a dead man and a woman in suspended animation. A doomsday prophet disrupts the Zocalo, where you too can purchase a Zima in the 23rd century.
Listen,
It's worth it for the hair scene for me. When did you
number
watch it?
A, Barkley.
Okay.
It's a Barkley episode, so Will's probably gonna hate it.
Yeah, already losing stars. Already losing stars for this man being employed.
But I loved it because Franklin once again was so inappropriate and problematic with this woman.
I have conflicting feelings because I have ranted against Dr. Bashir and his inappropriateness. And as beautiful as Mr. Siddig is, I never found him all that charming. He was capable of it, but it never really clicked for me as charming. Dr. Franklin is charming as hell on top of being sexy. So this is inappropriate, but I'm like,
but you don't mind it.
But you don't mind it. I mean,
which is
he
problematic
very
on my
hot.
own end, but I accept it.
Both your ends. Yeah.
All of my ends. And all of Delenn's split ends.
I mean, but he took her to his apartment. She passes out and wakes up in his quarters. He was like, well, my place was closer than the med lab. Bitch, what?
I forgot that detail. I want to retract what I said earlier because I forgot that critical detail. This was not one of the 2 episodes I was able to rewatch recently, and this is usually a skip for me because I find it boring.
Though in the 90s,
yeah, go ahead.
In the 90s, when I would pass out and I wouldn't be at home and I would wake up in someone's apartment, I would hope that it was Stephen Franklin's.
I mean, he's hot. Can't be denied. But he was on her from like the minute they pulled her out of that freezer. And
this woman has been in suspended animation for 100 years. Her husband is dead, and he's just like, "Hey."
Her husband, she saw 5 minutes ago.
From
5 minutes. In her mind, she just saw him 5 minutes ago. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's dead." And he's like, "But why don't you come, sit next to me?"
Yeah, it's weird.
Listen, it's been 100 years. I'm available. You're single. Like,
I mean, she quickly gets over it too, I guess.
She does.
Yeah. Because she wasn't mad about it at all.
90s writing.
For me, though, the Ivanova Delenn scene is the only reason this episode isn't a complete set it on fire and cast it out to sea. Because I love it. I love that scene.
Oh, I love it. Well, this is kind of right up my theme. Barkley's, I don't remember his name because he was Barkley's forever Barkley. Barkley's all, end of days and, he's coming for you. And, Garibaldi arrests him for not having a preacher's license. I mean, this is all kind of my shit, right? So I was very into it. Also, I loved how messy Franklin was. So, I was into this one. I was into it.
So how many?
Yeah, I like problematic shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But how problematic did you find it? How many Star Furies are you giving it? Oh,
Because it was very problematic.
Me.
that's a 4 from Joanne and 2 from the non-problematic
That's right.
threesome of dudes. Oh,
I love that I'm the problematic one on Salon 5.
Yeah.
Right.
surrounded by 3 white men, Joanne found her way to be the most problematic one.
I love it. I love it.
This is
Season
the future
2,
liberals want.
episode 6, Spider in the Web. What should be a simple monitoring of a business negotiation turns into a nightmare for Talia when her friend and associate is killed by a violent fanatic. I secretly kind of love this one, even though it's not great.
It's not great, but I love her, and like we talk about it every time a Talia episode happens. Her voice, so
Mhm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like her moaning to the ground when she gets attacked mentally.
Yeah. It like almost, this episode almost borders on camp because it's they haven't quite Talia, spoiler, kicks it later, but like they hadn't quite figured out the psychord thing yet, so it's a little bit like her psychic powers very like it's very this. It's like she's going, then she's in pain and it's all a little much. It's like, oh, here we go, we're doing it. It's a little it's stupid.
A little Professor X.
Camp.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. It's very that.
Sense
But
we're going down.
like, yeah,
Right to America.
she's dead. Yeah, you saw her get shot. Like it's a little she kind of reminds me of that one psychic that was, she's kind of gone viral recently. I can't remember her name now. I think it's Sandy something, where she's like
Sylvia Brown.
Thank you so much, Sylvia Brown. Thank you so much. It kind of gives me Sylvia Brown vibes. How did he die? Like, he drowned. Like, it's so crazy. Like, she's just saying shit to like hurt people. Anyway, Talia gives me big those vibes.
I'm getting. Was there someone on your father's side? On your father's side who passed in the past 5 years? Someone on your father's side who passed in the last 5 years who collected pennies. Did he collect some? What?
No, see, that's a typical TV psychic. Sylvia Brown got to the point where she just had no fucks to give, so people would stand up. People would stand up in the audience
or something.
Yeah.
Yes, people would stand up and be like, "I never found out what happened to my brother," and she's like, "He was burned to death in a fire." Next.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's like one clip where this girl goes up there and she's like, my father passed away. We don't know what happened to him. He's missing and we haven't heard from him. What happened? He goes, he drowned. And then she goes, next. It's like crazy. It was so
the one I loved. My favorite. This is important. This is important for Salon 5. Everybody get on board with it.
Relevant.
My favorite clip of this bitch was when somebody was going into this like very deep and whatever, and she's just like, honey, that's not what I do. You need to talk to a therapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I still, the other one that I love, I don't know why we were just talking about her today. There must be, like, probably because of social media, but my husband was talking about her and we were laughing about the one where the lady stands up and she's like, yeah, I have questions about my father. And she's like, he's not your real father, but you love who you love.
Yeah.
What?
Sleeve's just fucked, dude. Yeah.
Were you not working on September the 10th?
Ask him where he was January 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
So they do a reboot of Babylon 5. They need to give Talia like her own, like she's like a TV show psychic.
Oh my god.
On the run from Psychor. Making money.
Yeah. She's making her money now.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. How many Star Furies, y'all?
This is Ms. Winters. It's 2.
I mean, yeah.
Man,
well, I think it's 3 for Adrienne Barbeau alone, and then there's Maud. And I mean, I can't believe nobody said this. Like, I hope JMS got some money in the settlement for Bureau 13, friends.
Turn those numbers around, y'all. Turn those numbers around.
Bureau 13.
Oh.
Yeah. A certain section in another Star franchise.
Oh, what the shit?
Mhm.
Yeah, this was all about Bureau
like,
13.
God,
And
years
again,
later,
this
they-
never came back again because, yeah, Bureau 13 did not happen anymore in Babylon 5.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't catch that. Good catch. Good catch,
Yeah.
Joanne.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whoops.
Alrighty then. So moving on to
So
season.
it's 3 for messiness.
It's a 3 for you. Okay, for me. Love it. Joanne and I, we both gave it 3s. You boys gave it 2s, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Rick Berman's office. What's that? There's an idea.
Bro,
that
you know
we
you don't have an office anymore.
Who gave him a phone? Season 2, episode 7, Soulmates. Londo makes a surprising choice for a new wife. Talia's former husband arrives on the station. Delen's appearance continues to change.
I love this episode.
Same.
I
like
love
it
it
too.
so much. I love all 3 of his wives. I love the choice he makes because it's exactly the one I would have made too. I love their bitchiness. Like it could have been so stereotypical, like cat fight a woman, and there's hints of that, but they're also there's agency with each of them. They know what they're getting into. We get some lore of the Centauri Republic and like these were arranged marriages. We get Londo's softer side while he's still being an asshole because his star is rising because of Morton. Like just incredible. And then the stuff with Talia, I again love her, and I think she deserved a hotter actor to be her former husband. No offense to him, especially since they were kind of flirty with Garibaldi. Like she deserved to have. Ironside was very attractive.
That's
Like-
what drove me nuts. The
Yeah.
hot guy in the members only jacket was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then they give her this
Yeah.
schmuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was certainly the hottest of all of her male friends.
Precursor there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love this episode. It's going to be a 4 for me, but what are y'all's thoughts?
Well, I think I was wrong. I think this is the hair episode with Ivanova. I think I got it backwards. I think this is the scene.
Well, take away one of my Star Furies from that last episode.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I
This
feel like I
is,
gotta
isn't
edit
it?
that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It would have been a 1 for me if not for that scene. God,
Okay.
I did too. I
Listen.
loved
Just here to destroy Babylon 5 for everyone.
it. Like you said, just it was such a good story and all of the camp, and I mean, I loved all of it. I especially loved the Londo and his wives. And apparently, like the writer was saying, that he basically modeled that the wives and Londo were like basically his inspiration were the 4 riders of the apocalypse. And
That
you
tracks.
can see it with Timoth being pestilence. I
Yes.
forget the other one being war and famine. I think Londo was war. No, maybe Londo's death. And then one's war and one's famine and one's pestilence. I'm like, you better work. Yeah.
And that actress, I know I've seen her in a bunch of other things. Every time she pops up, it's going to be delightful.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, that wig cap work in this is good too.
Yeah.
Like because
You
those
know they
women did
weren't
not shave
shaving
their
their heads
heads,
for-
and
Yeah.
the wig capping they're doing is very good. Like it's
Yeah.
not normally you can see like scrunches. You know, it's not right because it's not it's not attached to your scalp, so it looks weird. You always get little bunches around the edge. Not the case here. It's very good. It's very very good. So kudos to them for that because that could not have been easy. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
it was
think,
good.
not to get in the weeds on that, but do we think that that's their real hair coming through the cap?
It could be. It could be.
And maybe
I'd
that's
have to
helping
look
keep
and
it
see.
smooth?
Well, it's not what maybe. I mean, it's probably helping with like bulk. So like
Yeah.
normally when you put on like a cap like that, you would do pin curls in your hair.
Pin
So your hair
curls,
sits,
yeah.
yeah, so it'd be as flat as possible, and they probably put a wig cap on top of them and then put that on top. And it might be it's normally with that it's going to be like a silicone cap, but if because they do have the ponytail, so it might be that that's pulled out through the back of it, which probably helps with the bulk and probably keeps it pretty smooth because it's pretty complicated, like all of that. But that might be what's keeping it like from not looking super lumpy. You're giving them like the back of their head looks like Predator Alien or something where it's like super long or tall or something because of their hair. But yeah, it's interesting. I'll have to look and see if there's any videos on it. Because I doubt any
I'm
of them.
looking at Timov's IMDb. This is Jane Carr. She has a prolific guest starring career. Like she had one or two, like one was like a 90 episode kind of thing, and one other was a significant number, and then very few like 4 and 5, but like constantly working one episode here and there. Dharma and Greg, a bunch of other random
Wasn't
stuff.
was Dear John one of her long running sitcom? I remember that show. I remember her in it. She was probably the only entertaining thing about it. Yeah.
Louise Mercer from 1988 to 1992.
So it was a 4 and a 4 from Stan and I. Will Joanne?
It's a 4 for me.
4?
We all
Not
alive.
often, but there it
We
is.
all yeah.
Take me to my husband.
Immediately.
Okay. Sorry, I had to notate. Where are we? We are moving on to episode 8, yes? Season 2, episode 8, A Race Through Dark Places. The Psy-Corps' Bester returns, seeking Talia's help in tracking down unregistered telepaths. The Corps' mother, the Corps' father. Delenn tries to adapt to her new form.
I realized something earlier today. Bester is for me what that like. Let me frame it differently. Will has said this about a Deep Space Nine character. I think Bester is Babylon 5's Kai Wynn. Every time he shows up, I'm like, oh, this cunt. It's gonna be good.
You love to hate him. Yeah. I think it's a Walter Koenig acts as little tiny pussy right off is Bester. I think you can tell he's having a good time playing a villain, having played kind of a quiet Russian man for 30 odd years at this point. Deeply
underutilized in Star Trek, obviously.
Oh yeah. Like it's just just intimidating. Not intimidating, but just like he's not an intimidating person. It's just when the worst person gets power, and you're like, fuck this guy. Like the one kid that wouldn't shut up.
What's that like?
Class all. Oh yeah, what's that? Yeah, how do we know about that? Yeah,
we live in America, so we would never know.
No, he gives very very much certain. Anyway, won't go into that. I live too close to where these people are.
It's 2025.
He's gross. I love it. He's very good in this. He's very very good, and only gets better, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
He is kind of scary, but like he has a sinister side to him, and he has a somewhat charming side to him. Like, spoiler for season 5, I get how he and Lockley get along. Like, if he operated a little differently with Sinclair or Sheridan, like I could see them not butting heads as deeply as they do. It's the way he acts with them.
Here's what's great about Walter's portrayal of Bester. It would be really easy to pick one or the other. Most people that end up that you get to know for any length of time that are involved in Psy-Corps, there's like a little glint of, I know this is fucked up.
Yeah.
Walter doesn't do that at all. Bester is 1000% devoted to Psy-Corps, and it would be really easy to make that into a two-dimensional villain. Like I'm just with the bad guys. He's so all in that it's like he has told himself a whole story of why this character is so vested, and it just feels like he could never be convinced that there's anything wrong with the core, and that's kind of terrifying.
I mean, he's really the anti-Sheridan, if you think about it, right? With, like you said, his devotion to Psychor and his desire to, protect his, I think he called his children, and his obsession with, their kind of well-being, whereas Sheridan, is the rule follower, but that kind of becomes the rogue in search of sort of this greater and lasting good, as opposed to Bester. But so they're an interesting foil. I think that's why they probably couldn't get along ever, because they're two sides of the same coin. But just different outcomes or different motivations, I guess. Different motivations. So I mean, I love this episode, not so much for kind of what happens, because I don't know. I felt like it was a cheap way to try to redeem Franklin. But I guess whatever. But it did so much for the rest of the season and put a lot of things in motion. Even though it doesn't seem like it, but it did. This moved a lot of pieces, that I can say that in retrospect, having finished the season, so I was like, okay, this is kind of masterful. But at the time I was like, it's fine.
Well, it's a 4 for me, but I just happen to love this one and Bester.
Yeah, that's a 4 for me. I like how this is a time where they've added something that's like mundane, like the apartment, like the quarters thing. Adding that makes the station, the life on the station, feel more 3-dimensional. Sometimes it doesn't quite work where they add Dr. Franklin puts everyone on a diet. That didn't work. This works better because it's a little more relatable, and it doesn't, also not fat shaming.
Oh, but that rent thing. But that rent thing, that's one of those pieces, right? Because, you're right. That mundane, and you kind of, it's a way for them to have that whole little dad joke scene. But it's also an establishing point for how easy it is for someone on Earth. Any fucking senator can call up there and just disrupt, the life of Babylon 5, for some seemingly innocuous reason. And so at this point, I mean, this is where Sheridan makes his point, because again, he's the rule follower, right? But this is where he makes his decision, like, you know what? Every rule is not a good rule, and it's the principle. This is where Sheridan decides that I'm going to start questioning some things probably more than I do. This is it. This is the pivot for him. So, and it all kind of hinged in that, like you said, that remarkably mundane thing. So I said, in retrospect, this moved so much and you didn't even realize it. Yeah.
But it was also, just as it was for the audience, the reveal that you just described, it was also probably a test from Earth. Let's see how far we can push these two. And they didn't necessarily pass the test, or they did, depending on which side of the future you end up on. So, Joanne, how many Star Furies from you?
It's a 4, even though I was at the time I was like, oh.
Sorry, Will, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say it's like it. I get like this is a good start of like JMS planting seeds of like the front, like this makes sense for like what later happens in the series. That this makes like you see this kind of build up, like it, you kind of see it kind of escalate. This is the first step on it, and I just think it's like, oh, let's add this one. It builds great. It builds well. Like this is the first stone in Sheridan's shoe,
Yeah, there's not too much happening. This is another thing that's really great about longer seasons is they can plant things like this without needing to load the episode with so much exposition. Like, what would a 10 episode season 2 even look like? You would have this stuff would have happened in his introduction too. Like,
Yeah,
would have been
this would
too
have been
much.
this would have been what would have happened to him the first episode. Yeah.
I mean, and Garibaldi locks him out. He's the fucking commander and doesn't have like an admin override. So this, you know what I mean? So Earth was able to get to Garibaldi. He says, you lock him out because he didn't pay 30 fucking credits and he can't even override it without completely disrupting the station. That's major.
Yeah.
But you don't think about it, right? That was brilliant. Yeah.
Season 2, episode 9, The Coming of Shadows.
Come.
A visit. Thank you. I needed something. I was like, I can't read that title and not have someone respond. A visit by the Centauri Emperor creates a myriad of emotions among the inhabitants of the station. Garibaldi receives a strange message from a friend. It should say an old friend, but it just says a friend. I fucking love this Emperor. I know he's awful. I know he's ordered horrible things, but like, this actor's kind of great.
It also reminds me of, on my rewatch recently, it reminds me of Picard in that it's never too late. Like, if you've been a piece of shit all of your life, like, listen, hear me out for just 5 seconds. Donald Trump, it's never too late. You can make different choices. You can.
Yep. You probably won't, but you can.
Yeah. But he can. Yeah.
This episode in general, I like it. Honestly, I think I only like it for the Emperor. I don't know that the story's that interesting.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff with Jakar. I mean, Andreas is an excellent actor. Was an excellent
I was going to say, in fairness, there's never bad stuff with Jakar. Like,
Yeah. No, this is kind of, again, but like this is kind of what's the coming of shadows? So like this is the theme, I guess, for the season. So and you really see, this is the check that Londo's ass couldn't cash, and they declare war. So the whole, I think it was worth it for the whole Jakar and Londo, bits and interactions. Jakar is just actor, right? Yeah. So
and Londo, I mean,
and Londo, for sure.
That scene when he's accepting a drink from Jakar, knowing damn well he just sent the shadows to. Well, not he doesn't know it's the shadows, but he sent the forces that are going to kill a bunch of Narn. Man,
yeah. Like that, there's that quote that the Emperor has with Kosh, where it always sticks out in my mind. Where he goes, I think it's like, how do you think this will end? And he just says, in fire. And it's like, shit, that's so good, and that's what it ends up being. And it's like it like metaphorically, like you kind of see like both Londo and Jakar literally set themselves on, like in a way, set themselves on fire at some point. Like they destroy themselves for this. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. And
like anytime Jakar gets to like get a good speech in, I'm just like, oh, here for that. I'm all the time in the world for Jakar to give an impassioned speech about something,
Yeah, I was into this one.
Yeah.
It was a 3 for me. What about y'all? 4 for
I'm
Joanne?
4.
I'm going to give it 3.
Okay. We're almost there, y'all. Season 2, episode 10, Gruppos. Dr. Franklin's father arrives on the station with 25,000 troops. causing many to fear the station is becoming an armed camp. Delenn is threatened.
Daddy
Makes
issues.
Makes it sound like she's threatened by the soldiers. She's not.
There's 2 of them, 4 of them.
I love this guy as Dr. Franklin's father. I forget the what remind me
It
of the
is
actor.
the great Paul Winfield.
Paul
It is
Winfield. Why couldn't I think of Paul Winfield? Yeah. I couldn't think of his name. And another
or Dathan rather, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dathan and Picard.
But I love him. I love him as Franklin's father. Like that was they could have created any for this actor. They could have created anything, and they were like, he's going to be a general and he's going to be Stephen Franklin's dad, and that it's just perfect.
Yeah, perfection.
Yeah.
I also like the whole, Garibaldi and the girl, and I like, for as innocuous as this kind of seemed, I really liked this episode. But I was going to, the minute I saw Paul Winfield, like he was my obsession.
Mhm.
From your comfort episode, Darmok, and also, of course, Captain Terrell from Star Trek 2.
Yeah. The whole soul could have burned down to the ground, and I'd have been like, it's
Yeah.
His scenes with Dr. Franklin were excellent.
So good.
I found myself really enjoying that. The woman who was into Garibaldi, she was the one who's like, no, this is just fucking. Like I like anytime that flips. Because here's the thing, women like sex too. Everybody, get over it.
You.
Great.
I didn't mind that aspect of the story. That was great. I just didn't care for that actress. I didn't think she was a good foil for Garibaldi. I didn't think that she and Jerry just didn't have chemistry, in my opinion. So it just kind of fell flat for me.
I agree with you, but I think again, she was just looking to get laid, so he was good enough.
Yeah.
And who among us hasn't?
You didn't like her because she was the girl from the Baryon suite in TNG, and
I was like, "Bitch, stop trying to steal that bee."
Who beat up Picard? That's right.
Yes.
Trying to steal that big bee.
Get the saddle.
Anywho, I didn't think this would. If you had asked me in 1995 if this episode was going to be one of my faves, I would say absolutely not. It just, I don't know. It's very rewatchable for me. I do enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Also, fun little tiniest of little nuggets. This is when the station gets a weapons upgrade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
And in original watch, like first run through 1995, I'm like, what does this have to do with the overall story? Like, it doesn't. Watching it back now, I love the realism of there are military conflicts that aren't always part of a big story, and there are deaths in those conflicts, and there are senseless deaths in those conflicts, and this is all of that. So it just has a very real world feel to it.
Yeah, and this was one of the ones that I rewatched this week, and I was like, "Ugh, this is like they're working with one faction because they're then going to be able to have a base on the planet, and that planet is close to the Narn and the Centauri, who are just went to war, and wherever we decide we're going to end up, we're going to need a base nearby."
Yep.
Right.
Shitty.
Gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a 3 for me. What about y'all?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a 4 for
right.
Mr. Paul Winfield.
It's a 4 for me.
For Mr. Paul. Whose name Trevor can't remember.
Just his like, I don't like exotic juices. Like, just fucking try it, and he did.
I don't like exotic juices.
I come from a military family too, and like I could see that being like so many military families are very much that dynamic.
Right.
But Stan has never said he doesn't enjoy exotic juices. Season 2, episode 11, All Alone in the Night. Sheridan leaves Ivanova to deal with a visiting dignitary while he leads a group of fighters on a mission. Delenn appears before the Grey Council.
Wait, did we get this wrong earlier too? Was the
I
previous
think so. Well, I had to look, and because I looked at my notes, and I was like, the Great Council tells Delenn her drag is not valid and banishes her to B5. Sheridan gets taken hostage and has to fight his way out. And once back at the station, we learn that he is actually James Bond.
That's the best description of this episode. That's genius.
Trevor, you're out of a job.
No,
Oh my
yeah.
god, that was good.
New rule. I'll read the Google one, and then Joanne should read hers. 'Cause that
Read
was
the notes. Oh my god.
So the previous Grey Council one was they wanted her to lead, but no, they called her back to lead before her transformation, right?
Before her
Yeah.
transformation,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So then they called her back. They did assess her at that last one, but this is the one where they were like, bitch,
Oh,
you
that's
can't come
right.
back. Yeah,
That was right. Yeah.
you can't come back. We don't like this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your drag is not valid.
Mhm.
And we get Admiral Layton as General Haig.
Yes.
Mhm.
Admiral Layton from Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him in this episode. This is one of those ones where I like Trevor was saying with the last episode, was like, what the hell is this? Like this is, what is this story accomplishing? It's wasting time. It's like, no, it's like, it's further establishing Delenn and Sheridan.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
it establishes Sheridan has actually not been a stooge of the new president this whole time that we like. I think up until this point on a first watch, you're probably wondering, oh shit, is he going to turn? Are we going to find out? Like, are we going to lose this captain at the end of this season? Is that going to be a thing that happens? And this time it's not a good reason getting reassigned to Mimbar. It's going to be a bad reason. He's actually a stooge for the president, blah, blah, blah. So it turns when you find out he's part of a pseudo baby resistance that's gearing up if necessary because the president. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Still a 2 for me, but it sets up some interesting stuff, but like the episode itself is kind of bleh.
I agree. Like, these
Yes.
are important things to happen, but I was like, this is how we're gonna get here. Okay. Yeah. 2.
Yeah, it's the front end. It's a 2 for me. It's the front end exposition dump of these seasons now, because now he's setting up more things,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
it's a lot of seed planting and a lot of people talking about stuff and meeting people that we're not going to really care. You know, like it's a lot of that, and a lot of like naming different people. You know, throughout, like you get President Santiago, I think, and then President Clark, and all these people you kind of get mentioned and brought up again. So yeah. But as like an episode, I didn't think this one was super enjoyable.
It was
True.
It was a 2 for me, but I gave it an extra point just for one. Anytime Delenn shows up at the Grey Council, I don't know why I enjoy those scenes.
I do too.
Um,
Yeah, I do too.
And I think if I were on first watch, I would say 2. On like rewatch and knowing how the story plays out, seeing the seeds planted is important. So for me, it bumps it up a little bit because it's not really ham-fisted. But if somebody asked me like, should I watch this one, I would say you kind of have to. So I bump it up a notch. But yeah, it's not the most exciting.
Her message to those aliens at the end, like when she needs to, Mama can come in with a speech and be like, if you value your life, that's coming later.
Yeah.
But like,
Mhm.
this was very much that. It's like, if you remember the last time you fucked with us, Mimbari, you will let the captain go. And then they spit him out an airlock. But whatever.
Yeah.
Potato.
Bye.
Yeah.
But that's it for part 1 of season 2. We did it.
One more?
No, because
Yeah.
there's 22 episodes this season.
Oh, okay. Well, I I named this Salon 5 for what I thought was the last episode we would be talking about tonight, and one that I rewatched today. So get excited to hear my thoughts on that episode when we come through the next time at a
God.
to be determined TNT renewal announcement TBD forthcoming.
And for those of you keeping score, we launched Host Squadron 3 times. We accidentally mentioned Star Trek 8 times. And the 4 of us all agreed on the scoring of an episode twice. So 2 instances of us living and dying for the one.
Proud of us. Well, friends, thank you for joining us. We will be back at our regular time this Thursday and every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This coming Thursday, if you are watching this in order of the timeline on our YouTube channel or podcast places, because we are in all of the places at Salon Trek, we will be discussing episode 2 of Star Trek Con, the new audio drama. And if that's not where you're at in your salon journey, then go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. Watch and listen to whichever you want to listen to. And until then, don't be all alone in the night.
All hands abandon ship. Proceed to the nearest evacuation zone immediately.